Today is Black Star Appliance's 10th birthday. The company has come a long way since its establishment in 2012, so here's a quick backstory. Peter Smith, the CEO and founder of Black Star Appliances, came up with the idea of this high-tech yet affordable home appliance range when he was moving into his first apartment for university. He came from a privileged background and couldn't quite find the Michelin star-approved kitchen appliances he was used to at student-affordable prices. Because of this, Smith decided to use his engineering degree to the best of his abilities and fill this hole within the market. After only a few short months, thanks to knowing a couple of good contacts, Smith was offered a large investment which enabled him to open up his first manufacturing plant. Due to the availability of resources, its accessibility for trade and cheap labour, Smith decided upon Pathum, a small region north of Bangkok, for the new mother ground of Black Star Appliances. The original plant was welcomed with open arms by the local community. The area was of a low economic status, so the plant meant nothing but opportunities for the local people. The workers enjoyed that they could have a promising job for a highly recognised company without being too far from their families and loved ones. Black Star Appliances in Pathum was a win for both parties. As I said earlier, today marks the 10th year of Black Star Appliances. With every decade comes a decadent surprise. Let's go over to the plant to see what the local employees have to say. The employees greeted each other like they did every morning. One employee said to the other, "I wonder what the big surprise will be today." And then came along the new manager. "Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic morning. I am Tyler Week and I'll be your new manager. So as you all know, today marks the 10th year of Black Star Appliances. This company has come a long way and has been greatly successful on its path. We are very, very lucky to be making an important announcement today. We will be opening up a new plant. As great as a job as you guys have done this far, unfortunately we cannot keep up with the demand of our appliances in our international markets. So, tell your friends and all your family to start applying as we begin the building of our second plant." This was absolutely great news. Locals were excited for the area to gain more opportunity and were happy that the brand was doing so well.
Following this celebration though, there was actually some tension between Taylor and Chetchum on the exact location of where they should build their new factories, as well as who they should hire to be the new supervisor here. Taylor believed that in order to cost efficiency, new factories need to be located somewhere close to the main city such as Bangkok, as well as major airport. So Taylor worked alongside the junior associate who also came with him from Canada to research about the most suitable location for their exporting business. After days of research, they found that the best location in Pathum was 1348 Mosh Road because it was a large bay and affordable. He then proposed this idea to Chetchum in the next meeting at a headquarters in Thailand. Chetchum also agreed that the province was suitable. However, upon hearing the number of the lot it was on, he immediately vetoed the idea and understood why that site was available at such a cheap price. This is because the number 13 is considered to be really unlucky, which is what he told Taylor. Taylor thought this was blasphemy. He believed that there was no such thing as an unlucky number because he doesn't believe in superstition like that. Taylor said, "I don't understand why we can't build it here. This is the prime location. Just look at its size and the price. It fits perfect for the condition we are looking for. We have to use this site." Chetchum, growing frustrated, also then shared his personal story with the superstition. "When I was a young boy, there was something bad that happened to me. I was walking home from school with my friend, and coincidentally, we were in a group of 13. Everything was fine until I was the last one to turn onto my street, and I got into an accident. Someone on a scooter hit me, and this gave me a concussion and some brain issues which I experience today, like being sensitive to sunlight." After hearing this story, Taylor considered what he should do then. He understood the hesitation to build a site there, but truly wanted this site specifically. Taylor didn't really like the fact that they should miss this prime location because of superstition, not for any other logical reason. After going back and forth with Chetchom about the sign, he then suggests that they sleep on it because he could tell the Thai manager wanted to say something but wasn't able to speak up. They moved on the next item on their agenda for that day, which was who should hire to supervise at the new factories.
The ideal candidate for Tyler would be someone who has lots of experience working in the production industry and has supervised a factory like theirs before. Tyler wanted someone with previous experience because he believes that consistently performing well and generating more profits speaks for that person's capabilities. Tyler wants someone whose values are closely aligned with the firm's and preferably someone who is experienced in the supervisor role. On the other hand, Chatham already had someone in mind who he believes is suitable for the role. He told Tyler this candidate is known to him and is the best person for the job. Oh, don't worry about looking for someone and putting an ad out. I already have someone in mind. I believe Anada's husband is the most suitable for this job because he comes from a respectable family. He does not have any previous experience as a supervisor, but has worked as a manager at the local supermarket. Upon hearing this, Tyler was shocked and directly told Chetchom, "No, he's not suitable for a new factory supervisor because he does not have what I'm looking for. We need someone experienced in their job who can maximize our performance, not someone from a respectable family. We can see his ability by looking at his family, and managing a local supermarket from supervising an international factory is obviously different." Not surprisingly again, Chetchom basically became upset and gave up. They weren't able to choose suitable candidates for the job like before. So they both decided that it would be best if they don't come up with a decision now, but later in a week.
After the meeting ends, Tyler discusses everything that has happened with his younger associate, Tom, who also came from Canada. Tyler asked for advice on what he should do about the site and the possible candidate. "We couldn't come up with a solution for anything. For the site, I want where John doesn't want, and for the supervisor, John wants who I don't want. I don't understand why we need to give up that prime location just because of superstition. I really don't know what to do. Do you have any advice for me, Tom?" Tom sighed. "I think you could discuss these issues with everyone in the workplace, especially with the employees, because they are the ones who are going to be most affected by the new supervisor, right? They must have some ideas on, at least, who they want." Charjon, on the other hand, becomes frustrated and exhausted with the fact that Tyler wasn't listening to his suggestion at all, so he decided to leave work early that day to spend time with his family and gather his thoughts. He informed his Thai employees that they have now been able to come to a decision as to where the new plants will be and who their supervisors are and left. Meanwhile, during this time, Tyler decided to gather all the Thai subordinates in the factory. He also tried to find Charjon to let him know that he was going to get the subordinates involved in the decision-making because he believes they should have great input on things that would affect them the most. However, after searching everywhere, he couldn't find Charjon, but assumed that Charjon would be okay with this, so we proceeded to explain the whole situation to the employees. "There are many changes that are going to be made around here as our company is expanding. I need your input as to what you believe that the best solution would be." And so he proceeded to give them his option as well the option that Charjon suggested.
The Thai subordinates, Ananda and Zindel, were actually hesitant to vote and raise their hands. They were unsure as to why they were involved in such a big decision-making process because usually their leader guides them through this. Other Thai employees looked at Ananda because she was the most senior employee amongst them, but she also seemed really confused. She said, "Actually, we're not sure as we've never had managers who asked us for our opinions. I'm not sure if we're allowed to be involved in such a big decision-making process." All the other employees seemed to agree with her. They were all nodding and also looked quite confused. Tyler said it's okay if you're not used to it. Every employee should feel free to express their opinions, and this could be your first step to becoming more comfortable with me as your new manager. Think of me as a friend. I just want to ask for your opinion as you guys will be working with your new supervisor. So I thought it would be great to hear your voices. Please share any opinions on who you want to be your new supervisor. After a few seconds of silence, Zindel adds excitedly, "Yes, I agree. I'm good with any supervisor as long as he can guide us generously as one team. We welcome anyone who puts our group first over his own interest. They will celebrate our wins with us, they will mourn our losses with us, and more importantly, they will become our family as we will with them." Tyler was a little surprised and taken aback by what they said because it was very different from what Tyler expected the new supervisor to be. After Chatchom found out about this situation, he became very upset and complained to Tyler. "What are you doing? Why are you asking for the employees' opinions first without consulting me? We are the ones who need to make the decision, not them. I don't understand why you're being so hasty here. You and I, as the managers, should take some time and effort to come to an agreement together without involvement from anyone else." Tyler then apologized. "I'm sorry if you feel offended by the fact that I didn't ask you before I asked them. But I asked them first because I couldn't find you, and I thought it would be great for them to have a say in who they want as their leader, since they will be working very closely with the new supervisor." Chatchom then replied angrily, "I understand if you couldn't find me, but it is not common to ask employees to have a say in such things. The managers need to decide first because the employees trust that we, as the managers, have the capabilities to make the right decisions for them. This is not Canada. I hope you remember that for next time." So what do you guys as the audience think they should do? Should they use a compromising strategy? Or should they collaborate to find a solution that will satisfy both sides? Let us know the solutions that you come up with. Thank you.